Buenas tardes, clase. Today we're going to talk about 3 different irregular verbs. So you're going to need to add these to your pink sheet that I handed out for your verb charts. All right. We have conocer, which means to know. Specifically, it means to know people. Okay. To be familiar with a person or a place. It's not to know a subject information, but to know people, to be familiar with people. Hacer, which means to make or to do. All right. And lastly, oír. Oír, which means to hear. Now, these first two, conocer and hacer, are actually really easy because they have regular present tense form except for the yo. All right, so they're pretty easy. So I'm going to show you. Let's see. Let's pull these up here. And let's get some charts drawn. All right. So if I am looking at conocer, it's going to be the same for all of them except for the yo form. So it's an ER verb, so let's skip over the yo and put the rest. So conoces, right? Or conoce for él. Conocemos for nosotros. Of course, vosotros is not commonly used, but it would be conocéis, and ellos would be conocen. So all of those are regular. That's nothing new. The only thing that is different is this one up here, the yo form, right? So that one is, instead of co, it's conozco with a ZCO. Conozco. All right, so we have that one there. And then let's look more closely at this chart with hacer. Again, it's going to be regular for almost all of them. So, tú haces, él hace, nosotros hacemos, vosotros hacéis, and ellos or ustedes hacen. Those are all regular. The only one that's different is the yo form. And that yo form, which is seen up here, is going to be hago. Hago. Okay? So, conozco and hago are what are referred to as simply irregular yos, okay? And the reason that makes sense is because really, technically, the whole verb isn't irregular. It's just the yo form that's irregular. So those two yo forms that I have circled in yellow, those two are the only ones that are different, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and move on to oír next. So for oír, unlike the other ones, it is irregular in pretty much every way you can think. There's only really one that is normal. So let's see. Yo is oigo. Oigo. Again, this is for the verb oír, which means to hear. Yo is oigo. Tú is oyes. All right, so we have a spelling change there with the Y. Él, ella, usted is oye. Nosotros is the only normal one, which is oímos. Well, I guess vosotros is technically normal too, but again, we don't really use it. And then lastly, ellos or ustedes is oyen. Okay? So the spelling change there, the I becomes a Y, and it also has an irregular verb. So One thing that's kind of interesting about this verb here is a lot of times in Spanish you might hear this exclamation, oye, oye, as like kind of getting someone's attention, like saying, hey you, or something like that. But what's funny is if you say oye, technically you're saying, he or she hears, or a command, hear, but it's basically just like saying hey. Okay, so that's just kind of a side note. Let's look at an example of a sentence with this. What would this mean? Yo oigo. Yo oigo a mi maestra. Yo oigo a mi maestra. That means I hear my teacher. You probably noticed that after the verb oír, we often see this a again, similarly to some other verbs that we've used. So that's a pretty easy verb. Between those three, I think you should be good. So we're going to go ahead and practice a few more sentences now. What would this sentence mean here? Ella conoce a mi primo. Again, you're going to notice this word a after conoce. So with both conocer and oír, if you have a person that comes after it, so you're going to have a after it. All right? Conoce a mi primo. She knows my cousin. She knows my cousin. What about this? I do my homework. I do my homework. Yo hago, irregular yo, mi tarea. Yo hago mi tarea. Here's another sentence. Los estudiantes oyen a la profesora. Los estudiantes oyen a la profesora. Well, that would be like saying the students hear the teacher. All right, that one's pretty easy there. Now let's go from English to Spanish. What about this one? We hear our grandpa. Like if we're listening to him or whatever. We hear our grandpa. Well, what's we? Nosotros. And then oímos nuestro abuelo. Nosotros oímos nuestro abuelo. All right, let's do one more. You hear the guitar. You hear the guitar. Tú oyes a la guitarra. Okay, so fairly simple, just some more verb conjugations. Please make sure that you do get those written down on your pink sheets, your verb conjugation sheets. And I want to wish you a pleasant evening. And And I will say nos vemos mañana. Nos vemos mañana. And have a good evening.